Hello students, in today's video, let's solve the problem based on arithmetic progression. Welcome to our channel E-Kalike. The first problem is, find the 24th term of the sequence 12, 10, 8, 6 and so on. To begin with the problem, you need to know about the basics of the arithmetic progression, and link for the videos are in our description box. You can go through that and then you can watch this video so that it will be very useful for you. If you really like our videos, please share, subscribe and like our videos. Let's begin the problem. So we need to find the 24th term here and we have a sequence there 12, 10, 8, 6 and so on. So the first part what we have to do is we need to write whatever is given in the problem. We have the A term. What is A term here? A term is nothing but the first term and it's 12. We need to find D. So we have already learned the D value. How to find that? It's T2 minus T1. We have 10 in our T2 and 8 in our T1. So 10 minus 12 we get it as minus 2 as our D value. What we need to find? We need to find the 24th term. T24 we need to find. Okay. We have the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So we know n is 24. We need to find T24 now. A we already know it's 12 plus n value is 24 minus 1 and D value is minus 2. So we have got 12 plus 23 into minus 2. We get 12 plus into minus is minus 2 3s are 6 and 2 2s are 4 we get. On subtracting this 6 minus 2 we get 4 and 4 minus 1 is 3 and you have a greater number with the sign negative there. In the answer also you get negative. Therefore T24 is nothing but minus 34 is the answer. The next problem is 402 a term of the sequence 8, 13, 18, 23 and so on. We need to find whether this 402 belongs to the sequence or not. So let's begin the problem. As usual, let's write the data whatever it's given. So we have A value. A is 8 here. We need to find D. So D is nothing but T2 minus T1. T2 is 13 minus 8. We get 5. So we need to check whether this 402 belongs to this term or not. Therefore, our Tn is 402. So let's write the formula. Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So Tn itself is 402 and we need to find n value now. So A is 8 plus we don't know n, let's keep it as n minus 1 into D is 5. So 402 is equal to 8 plus 5 into n is 5n minus 5 into 1 is 5. So 8 minus 5 we get 3 and I shift that 3 towards this side. I get minus 3 which is equal to 5n. So 402 minus 3 we get 399 which is equal to 5n. And let's find n value. N is 399 divided by 5. So 5 sevens are, it's 35. 4 is a remainder. So 5 nines are 45. Again you have 4 as a remainder 8. So I get n value as 79.n. Since it's not a whole number, it's a decimal number, therefore I can conclude 402 does not belong to the given sequence. If my answer of the n was a whole number, then I would have concluded, yes, this number belongs to this sequence. We are landing up with a decimal number, therefore we conclude the 402 doesn't belong to this given sequence. How many terms are there in the series 0.5, 0.53, 0.56 and so on up to 1.1? In this problem, we need to find n value. How many terms means we need to find n. Let's write what's there in the data. So what is a value? A value is 0.5. Let me find d value. We already know the formula, that is T2 minus T1. T2 is nothing but 0.53 minus 0.5. So on subtracting this, I land up with 0.03 is the d value. So we already know the last term, that is Tn is 1.1. Let's apply the formula and find what is n. So we have the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Tn we have 1.1 and a we already know it is 0.5 plus n we don't know, I'm keeping it as n itself, n minus 1 into d value is 0.03. I'll shift this 0.5 towards this side. I get 1.1 minus 0.5 which is equal to, I'm multiplying 0.03 into n, so I get 0.03 into n minus, again 1 into this is the same, 0.03. So on subtracting this, I land up with 0.6 and I shift this minus 0.03 towards this side and I get plus 0.03 which is equal to this term, 0.03 n. On adding this to, I get 0.63 which is equal to 0.03 n. Now I need to find the n value. N is equal to 0.63 divided by 0.03. You would find very difficult to divide the decimals. So what let's do? Let's convert them into a whole number. See, after the decimal point I have two places in each term. So what I'll do, I'll multiply and divide it by 100. So if I multiply 100 to numerator, I get 63 here and here I get 3. So how much I'm going to get? 3 2s are 6 and 1. So n value is 21. So now I can tell there are 21 terms in this series. The next problem is, if the third term is 5 and seventh term is 9 of AP, find the 11th term. Now we don't have sequence, we don't have our A value, we don't have even our D value. But we need to find 11th term. The clue is the third term they have given and they have given the seventh term. So let's solve the problem. So let's write what's in the data. So we already know T3 they have given as 5 and T7 as 9. So we already learned what do you mean by T. T1 is nothing but A we have learned. T2 is nothing but, I'm writing the formula, A plus n minus 1 into D. In the place of n, I have 2 2 minus 1 is d. So I can write T2 as a plus d. Now how can I write T3 as? Let's substitute in the formula a plus n minus 1. N value is 3 minus 1, I get T 2d. So T3 I can write it as 2d and so on you can continue. See, I can write T7 as a plus 6d. Just subtract one number and multiply that with the d. See, now I will write that here. So we know T3 value as a plus 2d and T7 as a plus 6d. Let's solve the two equations. So on solving, what I'll do, I'll reverse the sign. If I reverse the sign of the second equation, you can see 2 minus 6, I get minus 4d. A and A get cancelled. Again 5 minus 9, I get minus 4, which is equal to minus 4d. If I want to find d value, how much I am going to get? Minus 4 by minus 4, I get it as 1. Now you can see my d value as 1. Let me find a value. To find a value, you can choose any of this equation. Either you can choose T3 or T7 and substitute d value in that. So T3, which is equal to 5, which is equal to a plus 2d. Let me substitute d value a plus 2 into 1, which is equal to 5. So 5 is equal to a plus 2. So let me bring 2 towards this side. You get 5 minus 2 is equal to a. And my a value is 3 now. So I got a value, I have got d value. I need to find T11. So you know T11 is nothing but a plus 10d. So a value is 3 plus 10 into 1. So how much you are getting? 3 plus 10, which is equal to 13. Therefore, 11th term is 13. The next problem is, we need to find the 31st term of an AP where the 10th term is 38 and 16th term is 74. So let's write the data. So T10, the 10th term is T10. We already discussed T10 is nothing but a plus 9d, which is equal to 38 here. Next, we have T16. So T16 is equal to a plus 15d, which is equal to 74. So let's change the signs in the second equation. You can see minus a getting cancelled with the plus a. And let's subtract it now. So 19 minus 15, I get minus 6d. So 74 minus 38, I get minus 36. So d becomes minus 36 divided by minus 6. So d value is 6. So let us substitute this d value in either of the equation. You can choose any equation, but I am going to choose the first equation. A plus 9d is equal to 38. So let me keep a as a itself. 9 into 6, which is equal to 38. So a plus 9 6 are, it's 54, which is equal to 38. Let me find a value. A is nothing but 38 minus 54. So on subtracting both the term, I land up with a as minus 16. Now we have got a value as minus 16 and d value as 6. Now we need to find the 31st term, that is T31. So T31 is nothing but we already discussed a plus 30d. A is minus 16 plus 30 into 6. So you have minus 16 plus, on multiplying this to, I get 180. On subtracting this, I land up with 164 as the answer. Therefore, T31 is nothing but 164. The next problem. The sum of 4th and 8th term of AP is 24 and sum of 6th and 10th term of the same AP is 44. We need to find the first 3 terms of the AP. So let's write what's in the data. In the data you can see they have given T4. The sum means it's plus. T4 plus T8 is equal to 24. So, and we have one more formula, that is T6 plus T10, which is equal to 44. We already discussed in the last problem how to write T4. I can write T4 as A plus 3D and T8 as A plus 7D, which is equal to 24. So A plus A is 2A. And 3D plus 7D is 10D, which is equal to 24. See, the equation can be further reduced by dividing it by 2. So on dividing, I get A plus 5D, which is equal to 12. This is equation number 1. Let me go for the second equation. I have T6. We already learned how to write T6. That is A plus 5D plus A plus 9D, which is equal to 44. So you have A plus A, it's 2A, plus 5D plus 9D, you get 14D, which is equal to 44. Further, the equation can be divided by 2. To divide it means to reduce it. So I get A plus 7D, which is equal to 22 on dividing it by 2. Now let's solve both the equation. I have A plus 5D, which is equal to 12, and another equation is A plus 7D, which is equal to 22. Let's reverse the signs. So A and minus A get cancelled. So plus 5 minus 7, I get minus 2. You have a D there. And on subtracting this 2, I get minus 10. So what is D value now? D is nothing but minus 10 by minus 2. You get 5 as D value. Now let's find A value. To find A value, we already know we should substitute D value in either of the equation. I choose the first equation. A plus 5 is equal to 12. So A, let it be A. 5 into D value is 5 again, which is equal to 12. So A plus 25, which is equal to 12. So A becomes 12 minus 25, you get minus 13 as A value. So A is minus 13, which is equal to T1. So we need to find the 3 terms T1, T2 and T3. We already know T2 is nothing but A plus D. A is minus 13 plus D is 5. So you get minus 8 there. Next is we need to find the T3 value. A plus 2D. You have minus 13 plus 2 into you have 5 there. So you get minus 13 plus 10. So you have minus 3 there. So in the question they have asked to find is the first 3 terms, and the 3 terms are minus 13, comma minus 8, minus 3 and so on.